All right, so let's start back with living in the car. It wasn't a choice. There was no choice. I thought it would go a little better than it did, but it wasn't. Sure, it's degrading, and people see you in your car at the park when you're asleep, or you got to try to find places to sleep when it's nighttime that don't have security. Sometimes you get woke up and tell you to move on. So then you just kind of have to grin and bear it, man. You can't let being homeless just bury you. I mean, if it was me under the bridge in the current position that I'm in, yes, I think I could have been down and out because the street will eat you. You can't be uh, handicapped, unable to move. You're just a victim. You're just a victim waiting for the crime to happen upon you. So, just luckily enough, I was able to go ahead and continue to work, do a stupid newspaper. It wasn't making a lot of money, but just enough to barely get by. And, of course, I was working doing the papers, so they wouldn't, they couldn't give me Social Security because I was working. Now, what sense does that make? You're injured, you're hurt, you're working a job that, it's a shitty pay. It's just terrible. I mean, it's a part-time job, but that's all you can do. And even there, you're getting disrespected, and you can't do anything because you're in a wheelchair, So it can grind on you. There are certain ins and outs. You have to find spots where you can do certain things, and places where you can be and hang out. Especially down here in Florida. That sun will eat you alive. So you have to, and you can't run the car all day and all night. I mean, we can burn a whole tank of gas one night. So, and believe me, I got a little fan from Walmart. It plugs into your cigarette lighter. Well, so the car's not running, but the fan is, and I'm figuring, well, probably doesn't take that much to run this, so. I run it, fell asleep. A couple hours later, I got up. Car was dead. Called my dad. I'm like, yeah, how much power does a little fan like that take? Oh, enough to run your battery dead. And I was like, yeah, I found that out. So be careful with that, too. You can't rely on your battery to power everything you have. Excuse me. And then, with food, you have to make a conscious decision. You can't keep anything perishable. Sure, you can get a cooler and get some ice, but how long is that going to be? And if you have to buy a bag of ice every day, that's like say $1.50 every day. That adds up real quick. And it's just easier to eat out of cans, and they give unfortunately they give the damn burgers away for $1. Now that's another thing that's wrong with this country. They don't want you to be fat. They want you to eat right. They want you to get in shape. And I've been in shape. Not I'm not cut. Never been cut. Never been ripped. I'm just bulky. Well, when you don't need the bulk anymore, it turns to fat. Just sitting around, it just disappears into fat. But, I'm working it now where, I still, muscle memory comes back. And, you got to, excuse me. I like to shoot these late at night because I'm always up. Don't get bothered too much. But, I don't lift the heavy weights I used to lift. I'm doing bands. I use the heaviest band they have. It's a gray one. And, I got one of those old school work your hands with that little squeezer thing. I don't even know what they call it, but, I simply can't go ride a bike because I can't get my leg over the stupid bar. But, you can get out. I got out and walked. It's just, and with my legs, let me tell you, that was a fight because I had to wrap them all the time, try to keep the insects away, try to clean it, scrub it, dry it, and get it wrapped real quick, but not letting it be wet so that, you get the wrap on there wet, and then you got to try to do the other, you wrap the first leg and then you got to go do the second one. Believe me, that's not a good thing when you have a wound like I have or had, and you get, flies are going to get there. Flies are going to get wherever they have to get. And I did have maggots in my legs, same leg, twice. Actually, 3 times. The third time they saved my life. They were part of saving my life. So I had a necrotic 2 spots on my foot, and when I had my second fall, and the doctors told me that saved my life because they were, eating away the dead skin. They actually left him in at the hospital to keep doing it because with my legs being messed up and basically, all that extra liquid in it, the doctor said if he had to start cutting on these dead necrotic parts of my foot, that if it went down to the bone, it would be bad enough where he'd have to take my whole leg. So we went with the antibiotics, and fortunately that worked. So, but today's injustice, or I should say the last couple of days' injustice, I have a insurance pays for a cab ride for me to go to all my doctor's appointments. But currently I need a machine to move me out of bed and into certain spots. So I need to use the building's truck and 2 of their employees with this machine. So this guy, who's, pretty cool with, I've been here, a year and 6 months. And so we've been cool this whole time. And now all of a sudden he's in charge of transportation. So, I gave him 2 weeks notice for the first time, and it's like 10 minutes down the street. And he has been there before. He's used the machine. He's moved me around, so he knows what it is. We get down there, and 5 minutes before my appointment, I gotta go pick somebody up, and he dips. So now I'm mad. The lady who had to go there with me is mad. And of course, the doctors are mad because, you just lost that money right there. Plus, I got to reschedule, which I did. And of course, it was a farther drive from 10 minutes to 45 minutes. And, the lady told him, the lady that works here told him, I told him, hey, I gave him the address at like 9:30 this morning. Said, hey, we got to be there at 3. Oh, no problem. Sure enough, I'm downstairs, got the machine, got the lady, got myself. We're just down there waiting. And we got to leave by 2 o'clock, at the latest. So here it comes, 2 o'clock. Pretty soon it's 2:15. The lady makes a call. Hey, where are you? Oh, I'm right around the corner. I'm on my way. I'll be right there. Sure enough, it was 12 minutes to 3 o'clock. Appointment at 3. He walks in all nonchalant. Hey, let's go. Now, anybody who knows me, I'm pissed. And I'm ready to cut a promo, but I'm right in the front of the building. Like that would have stopped me, but I just walked. I didn't walk. I rolled away. and went upstairs to where I'm on the fourth floor of this place. So I'm up here talking to the nurse, and sure enough, here he comes, just acting like nothing happened. He goes, "I know you're mad at me." And I said, "Mad hell, I'm pissed." And he just started going, "Oh, this, that." And AMR fucked me up. And I'm like, now AMR is it's a service that has vans with lifts to pick up people in wheelchairs and such, take us to our appointments. And they won't take the machine. They don't, they just take you from A to B, get you in and out with your wheelchair. So he's trying to come up with some bullshit excuse. So, we get in a little chit chat loudly. And, he starts trying to run for the elevator because he just knows he's wrong. And so bottom line, we just back and forth in front. I don't care. When I'm right, I'm right. Even if I'm wrong, I'm right. At this point, because the customer's always right. So, he kept going. I called him an asshole. And then I went and talked to the administrator today, and he couldn't believe the guy cussed, He said, "Did he say fuck?" I said, "Yeah, he sure did." So he wasn't happy about that. He'll do what he's going to do. But that's just my little bit of the past, a little bit of the present for you. So until next time, I'm Nuke in this wonderful world of Social Security not trying to help you when you need it, and the trials and tribulations of trying to get help when you got it. All right, I'm Nuke, and I'm out.